Hey everyone, welcome to episode 1 of this Let's Play. We've got a whole bunch of mods enabled and we're going to see what we can do. We've got it on easy mode because easy mode is more fun, it's more flexible, and I've got in particular my Aussie place names mod enabled. I've actually got a mod up on the Steam Workshop and it's in here, so we're going to be dealing with a whole bunch of Aussie place names. Now, let's get started. I've had a look around, and I can see a couple of opportunities here to get us started, get us going. So, firstly, let's have a look at the map. So here we've got this big lake in the middle, and I can't really zoom out with this too much further, but we've got, it's, as you can see, it's like a large size map, and we've got lots of lakes and rivers and stuff connecting places. I don't know if I'm going to get too much into shipping because I haven't really had too much success with that in the past. But yeah, we might give it a go. Anyway, we've got lots of lovely rivers connecting everything. Over here, we've got Aussie place names. My favourite one probably over here is, what is that name? Turawina. So Turawina is actually going to be a good centre for steel for us because we've got a coal mine over here, ore mine here, and a steel mill right there. But I'm thinking of getting started over in probably these three little towns here, Rue, Boyneside, and Anthony, because they're nice and close, and there's pretty much roads connecting them all. Well, I mean, the game sets up roads for you to connect all the towns. But yeah, it should be pretty easy to get a little network set up between these three, maybe Orabanda over here as well. Around the lake we've got lots of, there's a goods factory here, lots of industry. Chemical factory there making plastics, another goods factory here, ore refinery, and a farm. I like to start with a couple of things. I like to start with public transport to obviously move people around because people need to get around to work and all that sort of stuff. And food, because I think the people of the towns need some food. Who wouldn't? And yeah, once we got some food flowing, we'll go from there. And the plan is basically to get the food flowing between these two towns at least, and get both of these two towns going, and then we'll expand out a bit further on the map. Up here there's some good stuff. What was it? We had a farm and a food processing plant very close together, but the only problem with that is that they're not very close to the towns. There's Cunro. Oh, good. Kuro. Yeah, I have a problem reading these really tiny fonts. I need to figure out how to make them bigger. And Joel over here. I mean, the farm's obviously closer to Joel, and there's another farm here, and a what is that? Oh, construction materials. We're going to need those too, because construction materials and food are probably the easiest things to get started with because they are like a single level production chain. When you get to things like the goods factories over here, you know, you need planks from the sawmill, and you need steel from the steel mill, or you need plastics from the chemical factory. So they're like a two-step process. But yeah, anyway, let's get started, shall we? Now, one of the first things, I'm going to start up here at Rue because I like to get food going first. So one of the first things I like to do is to just flesh out the streets a little bit so that the town has like somewhere to expand. The towns will expand on their own, but it can be fairly random and haphazard, so I like to lay out a few streets and maybe upgrade a few streets to give them an idea of where to go. So let's get started with that, and I'm on pause at the moment, but we'll let the time kick on as soon as possible. One of the mods I'm running with is the 4 times slower mod because having played this game a while, the speed just marches on too quickly. You can be like, you know, the year 2000 before you've even got half your transport network in place, which is no good because you sort of miss out on a few different modes of transports that come and go. So, first thing we're going to do is we are going to upgrade this main road. See, this road here connects to the other towns and everywhere. So this is going to be a main road into the center of Rue. Now, sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. I am Australian, but some of these Australian names are hard to pronounce. And these names are all, as I said, they're from my mod, my Aussie place names mod, which is on Steam. They are all real place names. So, you know, every name you see in this game is going to be a real Aussie place somewhere. I don't necessarily know where they all are. So yeah, I'm getting distracted. We're going to start with upgrading these streets. Yeah. So we probably could do a medium street, but I'm going to start with a large street because I know eventually when we start getting traffic, it's going to be huge. So we'll start with this one and we'll upgrade it. And it'll just give us a few extra lanes. Because we've already got houses here, it's going to make it a narrower street than it should. Because you can't really expand it to the full width. So yeah, we'll just continue expanding it out. And there's no real other roads here, so I'm just going to widen it up into the center of the city. And I think these are actually medium streets already. Yeah, they are. Get rid of the small ones. So yeah, like I said, one of the first things I like doing is to just flesh out the town a little bit. So I'm going to take some medium streets and I'm going to add a few in. So I'm in upgrade mode. So yeah, let's have one come out here. Oh, that's a big cutting. No, we don't want to do that. That's going to cost a lot. Must be a bit of a hill there. Oh yeah, there is. Well, okay. So how about we go up the hill? I'm going to wipe out a couple of houses, but that's going to have to happen. But you'll find that those houses will recover. Now, how's this going? I'm going to cut in a bit there, but what can you do? As long as you do it in short little bits, it will try and follow the terrain. So we should be going uphill and not cutting too much pretty soon. A bit lumpy, but it'll do. And now I should be able to, yeah. So we'll get that one up there. Now down here, I'll extend this one a little bit. And then I'll take one up this way. And down this way. I like leaving little I like leaving little extra bits. It sort of gives the game a guide as to where it's okay to add little extra random streets. We'll do that. We'll have... The problem here is because it's such a hill, it's very expensive and I don't want to spend too much money doing this. I might leave that for now. Let it fill it in itself. I will... where's my... oh. Under the cursor. 300k, yeah, I don't think so. Well, that's probably just to do the house. Well, I don't want to spend too much of my money to start with, but we'll see how we go. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is over here at Rue, we need to set up some transport. road transport. And we want cargo, and we want just a little truck station near the farm. I like to put these as close to the town as possible, like as far away from this as possible. So the trucks only have a short way to go. Seems I can put this one pretty far down. There it goes, that's where it's not picking up. So it'll do okay here. So the trucks don't need to go all the way, or rather, it's 1850, so the horse and cart doesn't need to go all the way up here. And we'll put another one in the town. We'll figure out where everything is. So we've got industry down here, commercial in the middle, and residential around the outside. So we really want to be able to supply the commercial and industrial areas. So I think town one, make that a big one, and I think that needs to go, wow, that's $1 million. Let's make it a small one. It's still expensive. Yeah, I was going to put it on this side, but because of the hill, it's not too much different there. Spin that around, see if I can't make it cheaper. And just wipe out one house or one industry. Oh. Well, let's try and put it here. It'll give us decent coverage and we won't be knocking anything over, so it'll be nice and cheap. I wonder how much this one. So, well, let's kind of spend about that much. 7,000 if I do it there, but there you go, 90. Alright, let's do that. So we've got our first little route, but we need more because on its own they're not going to move anything with that. So we need to get that food, that stuff from the farm over to the food processing plant, which was, where was it? I know there was one around here somewhere. There it is, over here. So again, we'll put a thing in far down the road as we can get away with it, like about there. Yeah, about there. And then they can bring that up to this. Now it's going to be slow, particularly with the horse and cart. I mean, I'm probably going to lose money on that. So, see if we can't get a transport network going for the people, because that will actually make us some money. So we'll start with some passenger terminals. And we'll put one in here. Gee, this town being on a hill is costing me a fortune. So we'll put that there. And we'll put one over in Coinside as well. I'm not going to worry too much about fleshing this one out just yet. So what was I doing? Oh yeah, passenger. Now we need to know where everything is. They're coming in on this road, and we've got people there, and they'll be all up this side. So let's spin it around. Whoops. Yeah, there it goes. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it on this side. I'll sort it out with bus stops later. But that here. Alright, so we've got passenger, or potential for passenger transport. And that covers all that little bit. So we're going to need a bus stop, and I like to put it sort of right in the middle of town, so that it gets the most coverage. But they've not really got anywhere to turn around up there. Maybe I'll put it here. On either side of the street. Okay, so I've lost my train of thought. What was I doing? Oh yeah, I was going to upgrade these roads like I did before, the large streets, particularly this one that goes out to the other towns. I just want a segment, so I'll do there, there, there. You can see what I mean. These two segments are the same street, but this one's obviously wider because there's no houses. Can't really upgrade or widen the road where the houses already are. Later on, I'll probably wipe those houses out, but for now, and let's check out this country road that connects it. I want that to be a medium country road. Yes, that needs upgrading. I should have checked how much that's going to cost. So we've done that bit, this bit. The medium roads are wider, and they're also faster. Whoops, I went too far. So I want to go back to large street just for that segment. Yeah. Right, so now we can start putting in some lines. Where was I? Lines. So I want to go. Let's do the passenger one first. I need a depot. So I'll put that over here. Yeah. Here. If you hold the shift key down, you can rotate in very small increments. So that's that one, and we won't worry about anywhere else for the moment. A lot of people, I've seen a lot of people do like little point-to-point lines, and they put depots everywhere, and I don't really think we need that. I mean, sure, it's going to take them a little while to get there, you know, get in position initially, but once they're there, it'll just run. So I don't really think we need multiple depots. So let's get some passenger transport going. So what can we buy? We can buy, oh look, a stagecoach. Yeah, I often start like in the 90s, 1990, to get the decent transport, but you know, it is what it is. We're starting here, so let's buy the 13K. Let's buy 2 of those. Ooh, that was a bit of lag there. Okay, we'll buy 2 of those, and we'll get them started. Oh, we need a bus stop as well. So, where was the residential again? All along that side and up here. So let's put the bus stop where they can actually turn around, rather than mess with the streets again. So, we want the bus stop around here in the commercial area. Because the bus stops actually give you better coverage than the little terminals. So, yeah, passenger line. So, set a new line, and we'll call this road passenger, oops, road passenger through to point. The little prefix here helps identify them, you know, separates your road traffic from your railway traffic and all that sort of stuff. I got that idea from another channel and it works, so I'm sticking to it. So we've got those in there, we've set them on the line, now we just need to add stations. So we'll start here and we'll go to here. Now I don't want them, well no, actually maybe I do. Yeah, I was going to say I don't want them running all around the town to the bus stops. I was going to, it's either this or put in a separate line, or actually two separate lines. So I think, yeah, I will include the bus stop. So after the first one, I'm going to send them here before they go over to Boyneside. And for Boyneside, they're going to arrive here, and then they're going to go there and then back. Yeah, that'll work. So there's our first line. And we also want to get the trucks going. Well, horse and cart going. So we will buy 2 of those, and we will send them from out of the way. We will send them from our central hub out to the farm. Oh, I didn't set line first. New line, and we'll call this road freight through. And we'll add a station from here to here. Or add a line. Yeah, now the last thing to do is another set of trucks, or horse and cart. It's not used to starting so early. From here we want to buy vehicles. Oh, okay. Well, then just buy vehicles. So let's. Now, if I click on the building itself, there we go. So we'll set up another pair of horse and carts. Because of the length, the distance they've got to travel, I might need 3 or 4 on this line. But we'll start with 2. And make a new line. Oh, I didn't name that other one. And we'll go from here out to the food processing plant. Now let's rename that. There's a couple lines I'm going to rename. Call this road freight through food. And we will get the lines list up, and we'll change this one to road freight through farm. Yeah. So now what we've got is a freight line from the farm into Roo, and then from Roo to the food processing plant. So that should get our people fed, and we'll see how we go. And here they are coming out of the depot. These guys are so slow. And it's going to take a while for these lines to kick in and actually start making any money. So I don't know if I can get started this way, but I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to speed it up just to get them going. Now, I've never played with this combination of mods, particularly the 4 times slower mod. Well, I don't really know how that's going to affect things, but we'll find out. So there goes the stagecoaches off on their way to Bourneside, I think. No, this is the carts. Yeah, these are going to the food processing plant. No, they're not. They are going to. Hang on. Oh, okay. You're going out to, right, you're going to the farm, you're going to the food processing. Got it. So the first stagecoach is going from around the bus stop and it's going off to Bourneside. Have we got any passengers? No. It'll take a few iterations for them to actually start picking up passengers and getting stuff done. Now, has this realised it's on the line yet? Oh, look at that production, 296. Holy gee, that's a lot. The line usage, no, that's probably because it hasn't started shipping. But at least it's producing, and it's producing a lot. That's amazing. Have we actually picked up anything here? I'm thinking not. Not yet. I'm looking down here. And this guy's going back empty, so the farm isn't really producing yet because it's not recognized the line usage, which is a little bit concerning. Anyway, we'll just let this kick on and see how it goes for a little while. We're running this on like 4 times speed with the 4 times slower mod, so this is about normal normal pace, I guess, normally with the default game. Do we have any passengers waiting at the bus stop yet? No one waiting. Over here, no one waiting. As I said, it's going to take a little while. These lines are kicking. Oh yes, look, we've got our first passenger. Going to Bourneside. Awesome. And hopefully that'll pick up as time goes on. Right, so while we're waiting, what else can we do? We've got a sawmill here. Sorry, a forest here. And a sawmill down here. But there's no direct road from the sawmill into town, which makes it kind of a long journey. I mean, efficiency is the key. You want the roads to be as short as possible so that the transport can zip along them quickly without going out of its way. So this one's not too bad. It's reasonably straight as to here. So what I'm going to do over here, because I want to get something else going. Well, yeah, we don't really need the planks yet. That's a 2-part production chain. So what else do we need? Construction materials would be good. For that we need a quarry. And I have to look around. There isn't really any quarries around here. There are some, like there's one here, but it's miles away. I'm not quite ready to go that far yet. Particularly with horse and cart, because they do take forever to get moving. Oh look, we started shipping grain and livestock. That's awesome. Have we got anything on here? Yes, he's got 4 livestock. So he'll be bringing those into Rue. And then from Rue, they'll be going out to the food processing plant. I'm just looking around to see what else I can do to get us started. Right now, I mean, I'm just looking for small wins that will get me some money. Because if you look at the finances, we've already got a $3 million loan, right? So we want to pay that off as soon as possible because the loan comes out here in the loan interest, and we pay that every 1st of January. and that, you know, impacts our profits. We want to get rid of that loan as soon as possible. So we're on 1.5 million, or 1.95 million, and the expenses are going to kill us. We should actually start processing, yeah, making money. We just made, I think, 16k there. And now those livestock will sit there until the guys come back from the processing plant and take livestock over. Got a passenger over here, a few more passengers over here. 15, wow, we might need some more stagecoaches. I don't remember how many people the stagecoaches hold. Let's see, I think it's 8, maybe. No, 4. So, quite a demand. Got 2 stagecoaches, so capacity for 8, and a demand of like 15. Double that. In fact, we've got 2 less people. I think 2 people have decided they've been waiting too long and they've gone home. Maybe they decided to walk down to the thing. Which reminds me, I usually change these so that the main one in town is going to be called Woo Central. And the one over here in Morningside is going to be called... We don't have a central there. We don't have a freight set up over here. Alright, so I think we might grab another stagecoach. I'll wait because it looks like we've got the stagecoaches both on this end. I'll wait until they're more down the other end, so that they're sort of staggered. They're not all arriving at the same time. It's a fine art to balance your expenses versus your income. Because if I have these guys all bunched up, then we're going to be getting expenses for a lot of the time, and then a little bit of income at the end. So if I wait until these guys are over in Boyneside and then start another couple, then we should have them at opposite ends of the line, and we're getting a regular flow of income. Wow, that's one thing I didn't realize with these mods, the 4 times slower mod. As I mentioned before, when you run it 4 times faster, it just goes back to normal speed. So now the fastest I can do is normal game speed. So I can't really speed it up a lot, which is kind of not great, but it's better than 4 times slower. But as I said, you know, you need the 4 times slower because, you know, one day equals 2 seconds of real time. So the days just tick on so quickly rather, and so fast. You really need to slow the time down. But it would be nice, hint hint, mod makers, it would be nice if you could actually somehow, and I know it's limited by the hooks the developers give you, but it would be nice if you could have a 4 times slower mod but still increase the speed to 4 times faster when you want to. Which I know is a range of 8, and it might not be possible depending on how the mods work. So we got a lot of grain sitting around over here, which means we could probably use another couple of horsing carts to move it. I will buy 2 more and put them on the farm line. Where are these guys? Both of those are in town now. See, the stagecoaches are almost over in Boyneside. And then that second one here gets a little closer. I'll add a couple more. First one started on its way up to the bus stop. So if I add a couple more now, by the time those guys get around and start heading back, these guys should be ready to start heading over. So buy a couple more stagecoaches and put them on the passenger line. And now we've essentially got stagecoaches at either end, opposite ends of the line, and they'll cross in the middle. That'll give us a fairly balanced income flow. We are using up our money, and we just made a loan repayment. Now January 1851. So what are we doing over here? Doesn't look like they've got any goods yet. Taking some over there? Yes, we are. So I might add another couple of carts to go out to the food processing plant. And set them on that line. It's really tricky getting started. I mean, it reminds me of Planet Base. Planet Base was another game that was very hard to get started. Once you get started and start actually bringing in some money, it should be okay. So we'll see how we go. And that's where I think I'll leave this episode, because it's been a long one. I'm sort of aiming for half-an-hour episodes, and this has been almost 45 minutes. So yeah, we got started. We picked out a couple of runs. We haven't really made any money yet, but we'll see how we go next time. So see you then.